Okay, so just using a standard tuning on this, E, A, D, G, B, E. And for this initial intro progression here, just kind of runs through it a couple times. Okay, we'll start here at this E flat. Look here where we got the 1 on the D. You can do an open G and then a 3 on the B and the E. All right, and I like to, keep no overdrive on this really, but put on some like reverb and a little bit of chorus effect would be cool. Okay, you might be hearing a little bit of bleed through on the mic here, but all right, nice, cool sounding chord there. And it's just like a delayed kind of shuffling vibe here. So like maybe hit it, little hesitation once more, a few more, leading into the next chord. So like, right. And basically the next chord, all we're going to do is just change the bass note, and we just lift that 1 D, make it a 1 A, and you can make that D an open. Just get the extra D note in there. Now, so now it becomes like this B flat vibe. All right, and we're coming right into that off that shuffling. All right, and it's kind of like you hit one, maybe a little hesitation once more, a little hesitation, couple more. Something like that. All right, and then we just change the bass note again. We just make that 1 A a 3 now. So now we got a C. All right, and just keep the open D, G, 3 on the B and E, same deal. But we just change that 1 A to a 3 now. All right, and we do 3 strums on that pretty quick. A little hesitation once more. Hesitate, couple more. Hesitation, finish with a few. Alright, and this is all real loose and arbitrary, alright? It doesn't have to be like locked in exactly to what I'm doing here. Just as long as you're kind of like, making clear the kind of initial strums, those hesitate a bit and just shuffle through it. So real loose feel to this. Don't get locked up on like trying to do exactly what I'm doing here, alright? So just kind of as long as you're hitting the bass notes like at the appropriate times, getting them switched around. So once we get out of that, we get into, I guess what you would say is like the second intro riff, and I guess like the chorus. It only happens like once at that point, but this next section here, it's just kind of a big variation of what happens in the verse here, and it's just these 3 kind of descending notes with some other jazz around it. And basically you want to make like what looks like the bottom half of like a G minor chord. It's not really that, but it looks like it. So we just kind of hit the 5 on the D and just bar 3s on the G, B, E. All right, and what we want to do is just walk down this B string from 6, 4, 3. All right, and then just kind of finish by a little more emphasis on the 3G and the 5D. Okay, so it'd be like, all right, just hitting that D and G string by itself at the end. All right, and it just cranks that out repeatedly. All right, and once we get to the verse, we just focus just on the B string really. If you incidentally hit some of the other strings, it's no biggie, but just really emphasizing that B string. All right, and that just continues for the verse. All right, just kind of a more stripped back version there. We get to, that chorus section, which is, everything all together. All right. And eventually we'll get to the outro here, and it's a variation of what we've seen, but kind of including some E string walk down now and arpeggiation. So we start here at the 6 on the E, then we'll pick up through 3B, 3G. All right, and then we just move the 6 to 5 now. Pick up, you hit the 5, maybe a little hesitation, then we do the 3, 3 on the B, G there. All right, and then we do the kind of B string walk down we sing, but we play the notes together where we go G and the B here. We go 6, B, 3G, keep the just 3Gs all the way through here. We go maybe a couple hits on that. Then we hit the 4 with the 3G, and then just lift off for 3s. And then we just kind of cycle through that. Alright, and you just crank that all the way out, and you know, after we do that maybe 8 times or so, then we just kind of stay on the 6s, 4, 3 for a couple more. Alright, just a little subtle thing that happens towards the end of it. And if you wanted to do just kind of some basic chords through this section, you could just do a B flat here with the 1 and the 3s. And it's just a loose shuffling vibe to F, G minor, to E flat. Alright, and if you wanted to kind of keep more like that sound that the intro progression was doing, like just those 3s with the open G, and just kind of like hit the bass notes there, like you could do it that way, where we have like the open G, 3B and E, and then just hit the 1 on the A, so we get our B flat. If you like the sound of those chords better. Alright, and then when we get to the F, just make the 1A a 1E. Probably want to keep the A quiet there. Alright. Then G, so just make that 1E a 3 now. And then just the 1 on the D now for the E flat. Okay, so if you like that sound of chords, you can keep that going there through the outro, or you can do just kind of like the basic chords.